Morning. So I think I was a minute or two late there. I was on a phone call, so sorry about that. How is everybody? Hi Lona, Judy, Annette, hiya. I was just getting my paints out and the phone rang. So what do you want? So we're going to finish off one of the backgrounds that I created during one of my YouTube tutorials with the Flawless Media. So it's a resist technique. Let's have gold. And hi Di, hi Jill, hi Caroline. Hi you. Oh, that's lovely, thank you. Hi Helen. So this is the link I'm just posting now to the video that where I created this background, so you can have a look at that at some point if you haven't done already. Hi Sandra. I don't know if I want gold or vintage gold. Let me get my swatch out, because the 15 minutes I was talking on the phone I was going to do this, but that was obviously didn't happen. Okay, so acrylic paint. So that's the gold. And that's the vintage gold. So I do want gold. I don't want vintage gold. So I don't know if you can see. The vintage gold is brighter. And we're going on black card. So I actually want that one. I could use the olive, which is in the background, but I'm not going to. Right. It's a lovely video, is it? Which video was it, Chrissy? There's quite a few on there now. There's well over 100 videos on my YouTube channel. So if you're not already a subscriber, it would be lovely if you popped over there to subscribe. Talk and think at the same time. I can't do that. Yeah, so if you could like and comment on a video as well when you subscribe, because otherwise, if there's loads and loads of new subscribers, which there has been recently, thank you very much, then sometimes YouTube thinks it's spam, and so they will throw you off and we'll have to start all over again, which is a little bit annoying. It's one of those things. The one I did last week. Oh, the one with the round one. Let's see if I can find it. This one. Let's have a look. So do you mean this one? The round one. So that's another one I've done with the backgrounds. And then the third one, this is the third one, but there's another one, which is this one. That's all right, Gloria, no worries. So this is the third one that I've just given you the link of. So there'll be this one, and then the circle one and the oval one, which are made with the backgrounds, and then I've already given you the link for the one where I've made the background. So you've got all the information there. Right, so let's crack on. Oh, first things first is that Phil is on Create and Craft tomorrow with the new magazine box kit. I know many of you will have seen his Facebook Live yesterday, where he showed you the magazine box kit, and it is an absolutely beautiful one this time. I've not done any projects for it because I'm not going to do because I don't normally do magazine projects, and I'm not doing any of the shows either because there's only 2 hours with that tomorrow. He's on at 9 and 1, but I know that they've already sent the email shot out for the magazine to be available on Honeypot Crafts, but it is actually going to be available from Honeypot Crafts today, this afternoon. So keep on having a look, and you'll be able to order it this afternoon from honeypotcrafts.co.uk. Beautiful magazine, don't miss out on that. So the products I'm using, most of them are still available on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and there is a 10% discount going until midnight tonight, or while stocks last, and my stocks are dwindling as well. So you just need to enter code YOURS, YOURS in capitals, and 10 as in 10, yours 10, in the discount code at checkout to activate your discount. Don't ask me to adjust it afterwards. You have to remember to put that yours 10 in, and that's available till midnight tonight, which is Sunday the 20th of March. Okie dokie, let's crack on with what we're going to do. I'm changing my mind. We're not going to put flowers on this. This is going to be more of a masculine style card, methinks. So the background we're dealing with, it's going to be a thing, because I didn't have time to get all my stamps out, so I don't know what's going to happen. I like to have 15 or 20 minutes to kind of ease myself in, and I didn't get it this morning, never mind. Okay, so my background is this one, and so this one has the Cogs and Gears vintage journal big background on the back, and this is actually elegant ebony card. It isn't actually the black watercolour card, which I do have in stock, because I hadn't got it at the time, and this has been stamped with a Versamark. You do want a juicy Versamark, and then embossed with clear embossing powder, and then you'll see on the video I've added some of the Radiant Lustre pigment powders on top. It's the Olive, the Lagoon, and the Orchid Whisper that I've used in there, and you can see it's nice and dry. I did put quite a lot of water on it. It's blinking glitter everywhere. Oh, it drives me nuts. All the glitter. I don't want glitter on this one. Yeah, I did leave it to dry naturally, and so in some areas it's quite deep. There's a little bit missing there, but you know, you can go on and add more to it afterwards once it's dry if you've missed a bit. But obviously the embossing powder does give you that resist, and all the black cogs and gears are there. So that's my background. Blinking glitter everywhere. Oh, you've asked Karen, have you? Right, okay, so that's going to go there. So I want to do some stamping around the frame, I think. So the idea is, when you saw when you came in, was that we're going to have the flourishes. These are from the compendium box kit. We're going to paint these, and they're going to go on there, and we're going to do some stamping around the edges. Now we really ought to do our painting first so it dries. So we'll do that. So we want to paint those. I've also got one of the clocks. This is the smaller clock from the greyboard that is in the tray chic. So again, you can only get that from Honeypot. So if you want some of that, and if you're ordering the magazine from Honeypot later on this afternoon, have a look to see if there's any greyboard in stock. And we're going to add one of the torn stitched circles, which I've only got one left. That's going to go in the middle, and that'll sit nicely. So again, we're not going to use the hands. So I think what we're going to do, and we've got lots of cogs here as well. I've only got one set of these left in stock of the dies. So I've got some locks. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I've just cut loads out. So I think we're going to paint those in gold. And I think actually I think we might do everything in gold. Decisions. In fact, no, I think let's see where we're going to go with this. If we have that up there, say, maybe we'll do the Orchid Whisper. I'm concerned about this bit that's missing there, that's all. It's fine. Right, so we do that in Orchid Whisper. Not Orchid Whisper, this is Hot Pink as the paint, and we do these in gold. No, we do those in gold. Change my mind. dither. Let's do these in blue. We do these in the Secret Lagoon. Now I think that the cogs are going to be take the longest to dry because they're on card rather than greyboard. So we do those first. Let's find myself a brush. Okey-dokey. Did I get your package? Yes, I've sent it back to you, Di. I posted it on Friday. Because I only use second class, because I think first class is a bit of a con. You should get it Monday or Tuesday, I should think. So tomorrow or the next day. So we're going to do the gold from the Flawless Media paint. Remember, it's a metallic paint. Sorry if I missed some of your comments. So I'm a little bit behind here with my prep. So we're just going to use the paint direct on to the cog. And it gives you such a good coverage straight off. The problem is actually having any way to hold it. So what I might do is just do half, and then when it's dry I can turn it around, can't I? Really good coverage. Straight on black. On greyboard you won't need to gesso with your metallic paint. I would gesso if you're using the powders though. The cogs. I would have done a little bit of this ahead of time, but then I thought, no, I won't. I'll just do it within the video. I know I'm missing bits. I'm going to come back when I can hold it. Normally I stick my nail in it, but then you can see a nail print. I mean, this isn't watercolour card. This is the Elegant Ebony, the black. What is interesting actually sometimes is if you actually use the pigment powders on some of your luster card, as that makes it even more lustery. And what's really good is if you use your watercolour blending brush pens on luster card, because there's obviously no mica in your watercolour blending brush pens, but you get that shimmer effect from the card coming through. So that's quite cool. You don't need much paint. It goes on beautifully. Highly pigmented paint. They are multi-surface paints, so they're going to work on anything you can think of. And on fabric, they cure over time. So you'll be able to wash them. After a couple of weeks, you'll be able to wash them. Is that the date they add the barcode to stamps? Probably paying that for that. What? Oh, yes, I do know that some postage goes up on the 1st of April. I do know that. But actually, because I've got a franking machine, I don't think it's going to affect me. It doesn't look like the prices are going up. So I don't think I need to increase my kind of minimum spend. I have had a look at it and I think I decided I was all right. It goes up every year. But I think parcels is okay actually. Because most of my orders are parcels. So just finishing off those little bits that I couldn't do before because I couldn't hold it. I'm going to set it aside to dry. So it does dry very quickly. I've not added water to this. You can add water to it. You can make a wash. So you do a wash background. If you're doing your resist techniques, it's probably better to add a little bit of water because it'll move better. Or add your water to your card. But you'll see in the, oh no, I didn't do paint resist, did I? Oh, so many techniques to do. I will do some more techniques videos. It just takes a little bit of time to, you know, get that organised. And then it takes forever to upload it from my phone. It's a lot quicker doing popping a Facebook Live on. Right, there's all my gold bits. Does, yeah, first of April. It's not long now, is it, to the 1st of April? Soon sneaks up on you. Let's just clean that up. Oh. You could mop this up. Look at that. Look at that waste. Rice paper. I do have some plain rice paper from Creative Expressions on my website now, so that would be a really good thing to mop it up on. I've got some rice paper somewhere. Right. Okay, so we decided we were going to go blue with this. This is your greyboard from the compendium box kit. Here's another brush. Keep that fine one for something else. These. So this is your Secret Lagoon. I have to keep looking because some of the names are very similar for the pigment powders, because some of the colours do go down to the pigment powders as well. I'm running low on some of the powders. I'll see if I can get some more stock later this week. I'm not sure what's available. You can see on the grey board you don't need to do a base coat at all. And it'll go on the MDF in exactly the same way. These are very fine, these bits. Again, I can't hold it, so I'll come back and do that bit in a minute. So like I said, I'm not doing flowers on this because I'm going to do more of a masculine make, just with cogs and things. Do have a look on Phil's YouTube channel for the, if you missed his live yesterday, for the beautiful card he made with the magazine box kit yesterday. Absolutely stunning. I do think it's the best magazine box kit yet. Absolutely beautiful it is. And it's the only one I haven't got, I think. I don't think I had the very first one. And the stamps in there are so usable. And they'll marry up with the Tray Chic ones as well. I do have all the Tray Chic stamps and papers in stock. So again, if you want to get 10% discount today, just enter code yours10 in the discount code box at checkout. Let's see if we can do that little tiny bit there now. I mean, some of this is going to go underneath cogs anyway, so it won't matter. Okay, so there's my flourishes. Absolutely beautiful. I like anything tealy or blue. Blues and purples. Mind you, I do like the greens. I do love that olive colour. It's absolutely beautiful. Right, so that's that. I know this is a bit boring, so I do apologise. You can actually stamp with your paints as well, which I will do in a technique video at some point. I know my I've got a show on the 31st with Tutti Designs, just an hour, which is, there's 20 new die sets, and how we're going to cover those and do those justice in just an hour, I don't know. So I will do a Facebook Live with those at least, and some videos. I've got to prep for that. And I've got some other stuff I need to do as well. So let's make sure we're on the right way. So remember, you because you've got a clock, you're in Roman numerals, and so X11 is your 12. So you want it, you don't want it that way, because it's not 11X, it's X11. And the same with the die that you get in the magazine box kit, because that reflects the greyboard as well, which is I think after the Facebook Live yesterday, I think it was really the clock die that a lot of people were interested in. But the papers are beautiful as well, and you've got that useful embossing folder. Can you tell I'm really impressed with it? I haven't even got it. I'm just really impressed with it. Do you think if I say I haven't got it enough, then I'll get sent one? Because I could do some videos with it, couldn't I, for you? Even if I'm not selling it, you can buy it from Honeypot. So we're all mates together, aren't we? It's not, no, it's not an April Fool's Day. It's definitely going up on April the 1st. I don't think Royal Mail joke about prices. So, not too much on there. So this is the hot pink, I think. Yes, the hot pink. And so I picked the paints to coordinate with the powders that I've used. It's a little bit fiddly doing the fine detail, but we've given it a bit of a luster. Okay, so that's that. So that's all the painting done. Yay! And I'm very mucky already. Gosh, we're 25 minutes in. I've not done anything really yet, have I? I'm going to do some stamping now. Let those dry. Okay, so move those off my mat a bit. Go away, go away, go away. Move, move, move. That's a bit darker that side, isn't it? That's where I've done the patch. Oh. They all like that. Well, there'll be a lot of overlapping. Me and my ideas that don't work. Oh, there was something else I was going to do. Now, this grid die. I think I've only got one of these left. And I was going to do the white one, but then I think I'll be using the black one. But then I was playing with it, and you can do quite a few patterns with this. So if you kind of offset it, can you see that pattern that you've got going on there? So, but if you actually just drop it down instead of offsetting it, you get a different pattern there. If you kind of turn it, it'll be exactly the same, won't it? If you could do it like that, that gives you another different style. That's a bit of a weird sort of pattern. Let's see, you could do slap bang in the middle, and that's nice. I like that. Can you see that slap bang in the middle? And that's just because I'd lay one on top of the other. Yeah, look at that. It's like little snow, isn't it, in a window? So it's really cool, isn't it? So there's loads that you can do with it. You could, absolutely, if you want a fussy cut. So this one I thought we'd probably add a bit of something to as well. What colour haven't I used? Let's use the, oh no, that's going to be gold then, isn't it? Let's use a few different colours, because we can. I don't know how this is going to look. We just make it up as we go along. And let's stipple it on, so that I want, where's my other one? I've got 3 stencil brushes, there it is. None of them match. Oh, they do. Those two are from the same set. You can see where the pigments actually stain that one as well. So let's just do some stippling on here, just so we can have some different colours going on. And we go in black so that the paint will look the same as it did in the background. So we've got, this is the olive. Just going into the lid because I don't need much. Try and go in different areas. I'm not too worried if I don't cover it all up. She says, going again, again and again. And then we'll take, behave. Then we take the blue one, the Secret Lagoon. There's plenty in there. Just as a background on its own, this would be cool. And don't forget, if you actually did have, which I haven't, because I don't think about it, if you did actually have a piece of card underneath, then you'd be stippling underneath as well, so you get a pattern underneath. Okay, so we'll stop at that. Look at that. Now I could have had that as a background. Why didn't I think of that? Because my brain's not in gear. Oh, you're at the stables. Oh. Right. I like that. Why didn't I do that on a piece of card? Plonker. I don't want to get rid of that now. Hi, June. What a waste. Oh, that's quite a nice colour all mixed together, actually. It's a grey purple. Right, so we've got that. Right, we're going to stamp on our background here. And I thought what we'd do is, I've got one of these left, just the one, Exquisite Corners and Borders one. Remember, 10% discount today. Yours 10 in the discount code box at checkout. So fastest fingers first on this one. So my flourishes are going to go in these two corners here. So I'm going to put one of these corners, whichever one I decide on. I do quite like that one. Or we could go for, that one's quite nice. That's a little bit more feminine though. I've just used that one in a video, so we use this one. Of course, the beauty of having videos, isn't it, on YouTube, is that you can actually pause and craft along if you want to. Get all your supplies and give it a go. Let's hope that's not a dirty mark. It might be. Oh well. Let's get all my magnets sorted. So we're going in a press to impress. And I have got, some people were saying, do I use the mat underneath? Well, yes, it is underneath, but I use these templates on top. As it helps me get things straight for a start off, especially when we're dealing with the stitch torn dies. And it also means that if I want to stamp off the page, which I do when I'm doing all my fairy hug stamping, it means that I don't make a mess. So, you know, Phil uses kitchen roll, I use these. So we're going so we're going up here. So let's see if we can get this nice and straight. Is it going to fit? Might go off the edge slightly. No, it's not going to fit properly. No, so change the bump. It's too swooshy, so it's not going to fit properly. So let's go for, we go for this one, because I suspect by the time my video goes live on Thursday, when I've used this one, I won't have any of these left in stock. And it has got the fleur-de-lis on, so it is kind of more masculine, so it does kind of fit. So this is the Corners and Borders one, and I want my Nocturne Versafine Clair. It's a nice juicy black. I do have all the colours of Versafine Clair in stock at the moment. Give that a good old press. Look at my beautiful fingers. Pink, purple, blue. Yeah, you just enjoy the process rather than overthinking it. So now we want the opposite corner. So we want this one. So we're just going to move. Hopefully it'll be all right. Just going to move this around. Look straight. Put 97 million magnets on because I can. I know those aren't doing anything, but I've got nowhere to put them. When I did a live in the Crafting Together with All Brands group the other day, I think Charmaine was saying that she thinks I walk around the studios finding magnets everywhere. I don't. I buy them. They're my magnets. I do have some of the Crafts 2 magnets in stock, so if you need some, they're there. Okay, there we go. So there's our 2 corners done. We'll fetch that off so that I keep that nice piece of paper nice and clean until I want to stamp off the edge. So that's from the Exquisite collection. Pick it up, and we're on a stitched torn rectangle. So we're going to put double-sided tape on here. Oh, let's do some little bit more stamping while we're at it. I've got my stitched torn circle here, and we're going to put a little sentiment on, which I haven't grabbed yet. We're going to put one of the little ones that are from the mandalas. You have a swig of coffee. You have 8. I probably have that many, but I don't. How many have I got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 I've got in that one. So I'm not going to use the outside frame. I'm just because I'm using the clock as my outside frame. So we're just going to stamp one of the sentiments. So we'll have Happy Birthday to You. And this is from the Tray Chic Mandala Circle Frames and Mini Sentiments. Again, 10% off today. If you're watching not on the 20th of March, then I'm sorry you've missed it. So again, with our Nocturne. And we just do this freehand. Give it a second for the ink to settle. There we go. That's all the stamping we're doing today. I'll put that away in a minute. Okay, so let's get our foam tape on here, and we're going for 2mm. Scissors. Do remember that Nocturne, all the Versafine Clairs take a little while to dry, so don't stick your fingers in it. You can, of course, just plonk some embossing powder on and heat set it. I know some people blot the ink as well. Okay. So and I decided I was going to go near the top. So we can go right up there. So these little bits down here that are left over, of course you can actually cut some flowers out of, which would be quite nice if you were going to do flowers, or you can cut your cogs out of those. Your cogs don't have to be out of playing card. That would be quite cool actually, doing coordinated cogs. So I'm just using my scissors and cutting at an angle carefully underneath. So that means that obviously I positioned my frame exactly where I want my frame to go on my background, but that's why I don't trim it down beforehand. And cutting like this means it's going to be end up nice and neat. Just be careful that you don't cut into the frame. That's why I've used 2mm tape instead of 1. Okay, I'll keep that. So once the frame's there and once it's trimmed down, it immediately changes. So of course we could, at this point, we can decide whichever way around we want it. Obviously it was that way around originally, so that's the way we're going to keep it because I'm going to have my clock in the centre. I've got another stitched torn rectangle here, which is quite large actually because it's the next size up. Because they're torn, the gap between the dies is larger to compensate for all the peaks and troughs, but we're going to go on there like that, and that's going to be just glued. If you're doing the backgrounds, do make sure they're dry before you kind of stick it all together, because sometimes if they're not dry you'll find you've got kinky card. If once it's dry it is kinky, because remember I didn't use watercolour card. I mean, I've got a board under here, I've got an MDF board, and I just stick everything underneath there to flatten it. We can put it under a pile of books. Just make sure it's dry before it goes under a pile of books. You don't want to spoil your books. Let's just check that that's straight. Looks straight to me. And give the glue a good press in the middle, especially if you're using embossing powder. I mean, obviously this has got embossing powder, but it's well dry now. But if you've just embossed and there's a bit of a kink, sometimes you will get it rocking up. So obviously if you've got time at home, wait for the embossing powder to settle down properly. Obviously in the studio we don't often get the time to do that, which is always a little bit annoying. So we're going again with another foam tape layer. I'm not really channeling my inner Phil here. We're not going to have too many layers. They are really, yeah, they are lovely, aren't they, the corner stamps? And I love the fact that, you know, you've got your sentiments as well. I don't have those. I've sold out of those. I've just got the mini sentiments and the mini borders, and then the corners and borders one. But yes, they are a wonderful system that Phil came out with when he put the Exquisite collection together. Hopefully there might be some more coming. You never know. So this is then going on to my card blank in inverted commas. Make sure that's straight as well. And I know you want to know. I think this is an A5-ish, big A5. So yeah, we're 8 1/4, and we're a bit wider. We're 6 3/4. But obviously, if you wanted to make it smaller, all you need to do is, well, you can either do a smaller frame with your rectangle. You could actually do actually cut a matten layer rather than use the largest stitch torn die, so you can actually drop it down a little bit. I like to see a lot of my background, and I wanted these extra layers, so that's why mine's like that. And I've completely forgotten I wanted to put this in. We might not use this. Can we rewind and start again? Oh dear, what am I like? I really am not with it at all today. I'm doomed, absolutely doomed. So we could, look, we could get some to go in there like that. But the trouble is, doing that, we're hiding my beautiful background, and so I don't really want to do that. I do actually quite like that, but I think I'm going to use it on another project where I've not got such an elaborate background. Because, for example, if I've got another frame somewhere, I did see one the other day. I've got another frame. Hang on a minute. I know I've got one somewhere. Talk amongst yourself while I try and find it. What did I do with it? Ah, here it is. I knew I'd got one. I was having a bit of a tidy up. This is a tiny little frame, look. Tiny little frame. So you wouldn't necessarily have one that small. But if we were having that and putting that on a white piece of card. Here we go. Oh, this is better, look. Here's another matten layer. So if we wanted to, we could just matten layer that. Obviously we chop that off. I'm not going to because I want to use a bigger piece. And we could just have a sentiment down here, or perhaps a flower or something, and that would be very effective. So I'm not going to waste this. So the fact that I meant to forget it. We'll do something with that at some point. Of course, if you wanted to contrast, you can absolutely bring in the white one and tear that and tuck that under. But again, I'll be hiding my background, and I really like my background, so I don't want to do that. But the possibilities are definitely there. See, I'm giving you a bit of a 1 or 2 or 3 for... So, okay. So let's see, we've got our clock, which is going to come in, where's my top of my clock? It's going to come in here. That contrasts nicely, actually, the pink, quite like that. And my sentiment's going to come in and sit in the middle, just like so, because so it really pops. It does look lovely as it is. Then we've got our flourishes. So that's a little bit wet there still. No, it's not. I'm making that up. So flourishes are going to come in top and bottom like so, or even top up there and bottom there. So that, no, I like that one up there. But we can have that like that. And then we're going to bring in loads of cogs. Oh, I forgot to do this, look. What am I on today? Honestly, if I could remember today to do things. It's funny because the comments kind of lag behind a little bit. So sometimes I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. So we're going to do the key. I was going to do splats and everything. I need to write myself a list. Phil's the splat king, really, isn't he? He likes his splats. If I do splats now, I'll just mess it all up, so it's not going to happen. I was going to put splats on the background, but I do quite like the background as it is. So it's like my background telling me, leave me alone. I'm happy as I am. Don't touch me. What a cowboy. There's not a cowboy in the room. I tell you, once I had this thing that it was when I was doing some shows. I think it was when Creative Expressions were on Create and Craft after they moved back from Hochanda. And I was in the hotel, and I had a dream that, well, I thought I woke up. I might have woken up, I don't know. And there was a cowboy stood over me. I don't know where that came from. It just did. I haven't seen a cowboy since. So I'm obviously just going a bit balmy. Losing my mind. Right, let's get this greyboard on. You know, sometimes I forget this is on social media and it's going out all over the place. They'll be coming to cart me away. Let's have that up there like so. It doesn't take long to grab. Where's the other one? There's the other one. What's he? I don't know, he didn't show me his pistol, Jean. Oh, you set me off now. Oh dear, what are you like? Okay, so there's my flourishes. Now I've got to figure out what I want to do with these, because I haven't got a clue. Oh, we're going to put this on as well. See, I'm even forgetting to stick things. You've completely thrown me now, Jean. Talking about pistols. Oh dear, oh dear. You lot have really brightened my day. You know, sometimes you wake up and you think, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. I was due for a lie-in today, but of course I was awake at 6:30, which is really annoying. Sometimes I have to get up because I've got deliveries coming. I thought, oh, I can have a lie-in today. No such luck. So let's have that near the top. My 12 is straight up. I'm going to have a little bit of foam tape on my sentiment. Once again, I'm not going to ink around the edges because I forgot to do it on my frame. So I think this live is just a litany of I forgot to do that and I forgot to do this. Any Joyce? We've got Carol. Chris is asking any Joyce selling my mum's house. We've had quite a lot of viewings, and we've had some silly offers, which of course I've rejected. But we're getting a lot of viewings now, so I'm hopeful that we will sell it soon. Yeah. I am going up this week. We're going to clear the house this week. Well, I say we, that's the royal we. I'm not clearing anything. Let's have the key so it's just on the clock there, like so. And let's think about where we're going to put these. I haven't got a clue where I'm going to put these cogs. I've got a bit of blue on there. Why have I got blue on there? I know why I've got blue on there. It's come off my fingers. That's going to annoy me. I can't have blue on there. I've also got a shade. Can you see this light and shade here? I think I must have had the paint thicker there. I don't want blue. So let's try and get this so it all looks the same. That looks better. That one's all right. They look all right. This one's a little bit patchy. A little bit more on there. Oh, we could do flicky stuff on here. Let's do a little bit of flicky stuff on here. When I've finished patching it up. I like these cogs. These make great backgrounds as well. You know, if you cut loads of cogs out, and you know whether you want to paint them or leave them in whatever colour you cut them, get a piece of self-adhesive sticky sheet on a piece of card, peel the backing off and put your cogs all over it, and then fill in all the exposed adhesive with Diamond Dazzle or the Rainbow Sparkles glitter. I think that would look fabulous. Well, you know, I've moved house quite a few times. I've sold quite a few houses. I think I've had 4 or 5 houses, and of course I've been divorced as well. So I didn't find getting divorced stressful at all, actually. So let's do some flicky stuff. You know, I said that's got blue on in it, and I don't like that. Let's do the blue. That's a bit big, that fan brush. I don't want that one. It's too big. That's better. Otherwise it's going to go everywhere. I noticed Phil has like 97 million sheets of kitchen roll, doesn't he? We won't do that. I think it needs a bit of white on there as well, though. But I think instead of using gesso, we use the Lunar Pearl. If I can find it. There it is. So we do this one first. So we don't want much. So don't want much, that's far too much. Let's move that out of the way so we don't flip water in it. There's loads of water. Yes, yeah. I quite enjoyed my divorce. I didn't enjoy the actual kind of meeting or anything, but I enjoyed the result. Where's my book? So let's give a little bit of a splat. It's going everywhere. Of course it is. Again, I should have probably put a piece of card underneath here, and then I could have had my background. It's good to learn, isn't it? We can always learn something new every day, can't we? How to do things, how not to do things. Right, so the lid on that. Obviously these splats are going to take a while to dry, so I might heat them actually to get them to dry. And the bill after, yes, actually. It did cost a lot more than I thought it was going to cost. The brush. So we have some of the blue now. Already got some water on my brush. So we have some blue splats now. Oh, look at those. Those are fab. Yeah, all over there. Oh, look. Those have gone. Oh, don't you just love splats on there? There's splats everywhere. Everywhere. do it in a box. That's the easiest way. I have got some Jane Davenport paint pens as well. They're quite good for splats. But again, I do those in a box. That'll do. Start splatting, Julia. Just wipe all that up. They're going to be. It's going to be a feature on these leaves. Oh dear. Right. What am I going to do? I'm going to clean up some of the mess, and then I'll blast some of these, and then I'll clean up the rest of the mess. Just give them a blast. I'm just reading Caroline's So these are probably these will puff up a tiny bit. It's better if you actually do leave them to dry naturally, but because I didn't think about it, they're going now. They're going to be heat set. It's quite a nice pattern underneath on the craft sheet. Come here. I like it when the paint kind of blisters up a little bit and moves around a bit. Of course it wants to move around because it's only card. It's a wonderful embellishment die, this. And then you've got the locks and keys. In fact, I think that's from the locks and keys. It must be, yeah, because it's not a cog, is it? I think I've just got one of each left. Everything's gone quite quickly this weekend. Right, let's clean this mess up and then just finish this card off, because we've been going an hour. But this one's very different to the other two that the other two cards I've made from the backgrounds. I didn't forget loads on the others. That's a big difference as well. I'll finish cleaning that up afterwards. And you know, I'll probably decide I don't want to use many of these now. Obviously, some of them are going to go on foam tape. And it's quite handy if you've got one of the solids that you can use, because then you can just glue the others off of it. So we could tuck, in fact, if we just cut a bit off, we could tuck a little bit underneath there, because I don't like it as it is. If we just cut a little bit off, we can tuck it underneath there like that. Let's see. Do I want 3? I like that one. Faff, 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 faff. You can tell I'm usually doing flowers rather than cogs. I quite like that. Right, so there's 2 we're not using. Let's get a little bit of, where's my tape? Here's my tape. Get a little bit of 2mm tape on the back of, just put it down there actually. Cut my nails. I think we need a little bit more. because obviously you've got card here. So this is 1, so I've put 1mm on top of 2mm. You can just use 3mm, obviously. And then that's going to go on there. But we've got that as there. Flip. How many layers of tape? Because we've got the grey board there as well. I'll get there in the end. Okay, that's that. Then we can bring in these two here as well. Can't remember how they were before. I liked how they were before, but this is where you take your photograph, like Phil was on about. You take your photograph, and so you can know where you want them to be. So it take a little while to grab, and then that one's going to go up there. Got something to sit. And then we've got this one down here. Let's see if we can do the tape a bit better on this one. So that's going under there. So I put 2 pieces of 2mm tape on there. That should be the right height. Yep. That's going to go like so. Obviously, because we've got the metallic paint underneath, it takes a little bit longer to grab. So we'll have this one here. And we'll put the glue on this one so it's ready. Come on, grab. Need another block. Got another big block. Hang on. Actually, I can pull that one now. That can go there. That's grabbed. And I want to glue that underneath there first. Remember, I cut a little tiny bit off this lock so it'll fit under the key, under the clock rather. Oh, stand up. That's going to go under there, like so. Grab, grab, grab. What's going on embossing powder there? Will you please grab for me? Because obviously, you know, I've not let them dry naturally. They're a little bit kinky and they're playing up. Okay. I think we're there. Right. Okay, so a few forgetfulness bits, but I think we're done. Not quite as I thought we'd do this, but I think it's turned out okay. Are we not straight? I think my phone's a bit wonky, so although it looks straight to me, I think I need to move it slightly so you can see it straight. There we go, move it down a bit. On the wonk. It's even more on the wonk now. Can't do straight today. Can't do anything today, can I? Right, so there you go. There's a kind of guy alternative. Now, if you're looking at those flourishes like I am now, and you're thinking, oh, I'd like to see a bit more of those, what you can do is actually just cut them in half, and then you can have them coming further out if you want to, so you can see them a bit more. I don't mind too much. Obviously work in progress, and quite often when you do things you kind of learn as you go, and you think, oh well, maybe next time I'll do something slightly different. But hopefully you've got some ideas there of what you could possibly do as a masculine make rather than a feminine make. So thank you very much for joining me. This will go onto YouTube later on this afternoon. Obviously you can always watch it on Facebook. Remember the Facebook, the YouTube channel, I put a link earlier on. So it's just Julia Watts is my YouTube channel. So it'd be really lovely if you're not subscribing, if you did subscribe, because Phil and I are trying to build our audience up so that once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we can actually do some live streaming over on YouTube too, which would be fabulous. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and don't forget there is a 10% discount on Sentimentally Yours products until midnight tonight on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk. Until midnight, Sunday the 20th of March. You need to enter code YOURS10, YOURS10 in the discount code at checkout to activate that discount. Thanks for joining me, and do check out my YouTube, because there are going to be definitely a couple of new videos dropping this week. Thanks for joining me. Bye.